The next great resource for local weather is now available.
DigitalWeatherDesk.com is your source for up-to-the-minute local weather. Add DigitalWeatherDesk.com to your favorites, download our app, and follow me on social media. The Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank.
Hey everybody, welcome in. Good morning to the Digital Weather, and welcome into the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. I'm Jared Floyd. Happy Friday. Good Friday morning to all those that are hopping in looking for information. A lot of folks started to see power restored yesterday, so some good news there. Essentially, we are continuing to watch as Ouachita Parish, one of the hardest hit areas of this ice storm, starts to see power restored gradually. I know a lot of folks, like I said, had power restored. Some of the folks that had been staying with us, their power was restored last night. So we've been able to get folks kind of back to where they need to go and back home. And so that's good news, and I hope a lot of folks are trying to return to normal or getting close to normal in that regard as well. Today's forecast made possible by ServPro, Monroe, West Monroe, faster to any size disaster. Call or click servpro.com for more, and you can also just call their local number. If you've experienced water damage in this ice storm, 318-345-5121 is the number to call there. A reminder also that the United Way of Northeast Louisiana is launching the family relief effort to help working families stabilize after this unexpected hardship. While emergency response efforts focus on immediate safety, many families continue to face ongoing challenges such as lost wages, higher utility costs, food replacement expenses, and transportation disruptions. So to apply for assistance, you can go to unitedwaynela.org/family-relief-effort. You can see that there on your screen. You can also go there to donate, or you can simply donate by texting Family Relief, all one word, to 91999. And of course, you can dial 211 to explore more resources that the United Way of Northeast Louisiana provides to our area. Check out the infrared satellite, and we've got quite a bit of sunshine across the area today. Heather says still no power off the side of Swartz Fairbanks. So again, unfortunately, there's going to be some folks that are going to go deeper into the daytime hours today without power, and perhaps into the overnight hours tonight, well below freezing. Cold weather advisories are in place again as well. So those are all things that we're going to have to entertain. Unfortunately, for a lot of areas that still have power disrupted, is the potential of dropping well below freezing tonight, and the possibility of single-digit wind chills to start the day tomorrow. So again, if you know of neighbors, friends, family that are without power, continue to check on them. Give them a warm place to stay if you can. Even those that do have power, some folks get stubborn and they don't want to use that electricity. Make sure that everybody's staying warm safely as we go through the weekend. Radar made possible by Brown's Roofing. Again, if you've had roof issues, discoloration, shingles are starting to warp, whatever, make sure you schedule that free roof inspection at brownsroofingla.com. Nothing doing radar-wise. I would not be surprised early tomorrow morning to maybe see a snow flurry or two across the region. But aside from that, it should be a fairly quiet weekend. Power outage numbers, we are starting to make those improvements. Less reds and purples and more tans and oranges and yellows, which are all the lower concentration of power outages. Still hit pretty hard in Issaquah County and in East Carroll Parish, but we are starting to make inroads in a lot of those spots. Again, these are all just, again, positive signs of where we're headed. By the way, if you need in-person help or updates regarding Entergy, they have customer information centers open at the West Monroe Community Center, Bastrop City Hall, and at General Trask High School in Lake Providence. You can charge your devices, get updates, and speak with Entergy representatives there. So just trying to pass along what information I do have available to me this morning. Look at the power outage, just the sheer numbers. Again, inroads are being made, improvements every hour, really, across the region as power crews continue to rush quickly to try to get as many folks restored before the cold air sets back in, already setting back in across the area. Low temperatures from this morning. How about this? A good chunk of the region spent the morning above freezing. Small victories, folks, and again, a night above freezing is probably just what the doctor ordered for a lot of folks without power. Still very cold, don't get me wrong, and I don't want to take away from that, but the fact that we are at least trending in the right direction in that regard is good news, or at least for one morning. The downside to it is the colder air is in place, and we don't really rebound much today. High temperatures may only get into the low into the 40s. 36 currently in Monroe, 43 in Natchez, 31 in El Dorado, 30 in Monticello. And there are the winds out of the north. Generally in the 10 to 15 mile an hour range. Some higher gusts will be had. And speaking of that, Futurecast made possible by Bayou Power Sports I-20 frontage road in Monroe shows that the afternoon wind gusts will likely run in the 20 to 25 mile an hour range. Is it that big of a deal in terms of wind chills and things of that nature? No. But when you start taking into account there is a lot of tree debris suspended from our trees. If your trees did survive, odds are there's probably a tree branch or 2 or 12 that snapped during the ice storm, started to fall, and then got caught by another tree branch on the way down. So as we go through the days, weeks, and months to follow this ice storm, there's going to be tree branches that even with the slightest wind gust from the most subtle direction change that are going to come falling down from our trees. So again, if you hear what sounds like a tree branch falling, it probably is a tree branch falling, and you probably want to, again, stay out from under trees if you can. Again, for the days and weeks follow, especially if you look up and you see a bunch of just stuff up there, tree debris, then you probably want to avoid that. Northerly and northeasterly winds will continue to stay gusty through the overnight hours and through the day on Saturday. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see some gusts up to 30 miles per hour through the day on Saturday. Cold front continues to move through, and again, some shallow moisture could kind of get trapped in the cold air as it continues to sink southward tonight. I can't rule out a snow flurry or two through the overnight hours. For those that have been wondering, are we looking at accumulating snowfall? That seems extremely, extremely unlikely. If we were to see any kind of accumulating snow, it would be very, very, very trace amounts, stuff that you would see like on your roof, like just like the little wispy snowflakes that could gather from time. But again, I can't envision that happening. Winds will be back out of the southwest by Sunday morning. That leads the warming trend that carries us through much of next week, ahead of a weak front by Monday, but really more focused on the rain chances that will return for the middle parts of next week as well. By then, temperatures are well back above normal, or well back above freezing, I should say, for this time of year. In terms of temperatures tonight, again, daytime highs today, low to mid 40s if we're lucky, but the cold air continues to become more entrenched overnight. And it pushes a lot of us into the teens and 20s. I would think low 20s should be fairly widespread, mid 20s for some. The upper teens are not out of the question, especially across southern Arkansas. And then when we get below freezing later this evening, we stay below freezing probably until Sunday afternoon. There will be some areas that get above freezing tomorrow, but you won't be there for very long. We're back into the upper teens to near 20 degrees on Sunday morning, and then the southwesterly winds are back in, pushing the warming trend. Gets us back to near 40 by Sunday afternoon. And then we continue that warming trend through much of next week. The downside to it is we'll still see several overnights where we are below freezing, so be aware of that. And again, by Monday morning, as we try to get back to normal in some spots, perhaps see 50s as early as Monday or Tuesday. Wind chills overnight tonight into Saturday morning. Single digits are not out of the realm of possibility. I think tomorrow morning's wind chills are the most problematic, so if you have to be outside tomorrow, be aware that it will be brutally cold to start the day and very, very uncomfortable. Make sure that you plan accordingly. The cold weather alerts that are in place, a cold weather advisory, again, extreme cold warning, and then a step below that, if you will, is the cold weather advisory, meaning it's going to be very, very cold. Again, overnight lows in the teens potentially, wind chills into the single digits. Make sure you're staying warm safely and check on those without electricity. Again, the prospects of spending several more nights, or at least a couple more nights, well below freezing is not an encouraging prospect for some. So please make sure you check on them. If you, like I said, if you have a warm place to offer them, please do so. Just, again, help those that you can help as we go through the next few days. High temperatures today, generally in the mid-30s across the Mississippi Valley. Most of us should somehow sneak into the low 40s, but to be honest with you, that's pretty much the best we can expect. And in all honesty, a lot of us have already seen our high temperatures for the day. Those 40s, a lot of us met those early in the day. There's the opportunity that we could see temperatures rebound a tad this afternoon, but it won't be a dramatic warming trend across the region. Lows tonight fall back into the upper teens to low 20s. Again, a very cold night underway or expected across the area tonight. Make sure that you're staying warm safely. Again, a look at the 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Hardware shows the Arctic front making its way through the area as we speak. Temperatures will fall from here. Some early morning flurries can't be ruled out on Saturday. Temperatures rebound as early as Sunday, but really for Monday and Tuesday with highs back in the mid-50s by then. And morning lows climbing back above freezing. Jessica, Gammy, Louisiana Cooker, Rhonda, Janet, Susie, Lydia, Mr. Eddie, Sharon, Kim, Gordon, Janice, May, Devia, Carolyn, Shirley, and Rebecca and Heather. Thank you all so much for joining in. Trying to get back to my normal good mornings and hellos for those that are joining in on our daily live streams. And again, for those that are without power and we're just looking for an update, that's a look at the forecast. Next showers return Tuesday, Wednesday. Please stay warm safely as we go through the upcoming weekend. Shirley did say, love the article in the Lincoln Parish Journal. Thank you very much. I appreciate, more importantly, we were able to take care of that article the other day, and if you don't know what she's talking about, you can go to LincolnParishJournal.com. Kyle and I sat down for a little Q&A a day or two ago, and it was published this morning, so I highly suggest that you go read that if you want to learn more about the Digital Weather Desk and how this ice storm, how it kind of unfolded and how things worked here. As I look through the comments this morning, a lot of folks still without power. Sharon says no power in parts of Calhoun. My daughter is starting to get discouraged. I know that's the thing that is really going to be something. It's just, again, the days and days it does get discouraging, and you start to kind of, for lack of a better term, and it sounds kind of dramatic for those that have power, you start losing hope. You start going, we're never going to get power back. Of course you will. It's not obviously going to happen for a lot of us. It hasn't happened on our time frame, and it hasn't happened on Entergy's time frame or on anybody's time frame. Nobody wants these types of things to happen. I know that's not any kind of encouragement to you, but I will say that efforts are starting to expand out in Ouachita Parish, and I've just seen that for the last couple of days. They as Entergy mentioned, they start with the priority hospitals and infrastructure and things like that, and then they work out from there. I've really started to see those efforts sprawl out, and if you've seen any kind of video, Ken, good morning to you. Kim, Joy, Donna, Peavy, good morning to all of you. And yeah, a lot of folks are now on a full week without power, and again, I acknowledge that, and like I said, and I've said it multiple times, it sucks. And this is, nobody wishes this on anybody, but we are making some progress, some inroads. Hopefully a lot of our power is restored tonight so that you don't have to face the next prospect of going through the overnight hours tonight without electricity. Again, take care of each other. Take care of neighbors. If you do have power, reach out to those and make sure that they're staying warm safely as best as possible as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. Yes, a shower will renew hope. I can guarantee you that, and I know a lot of folks are waiting for that. And hang in there. I know that this is, and I can't sit here and say the whole time's a drop in the bucket. We're gonna look back at this, and Now, we're in the thick of it, and a lot of folks are ticked off, and they're tired, and they just want to nap and a shower and a hot meal and all of those things. And so, again, I get it. Hang in there. We're going to continue to make progress and to get back to normal. It's just going to take some time, unfortunately. Forecast is available at digitalweatherdesk.com and on the Digital Weather Desk app, available for Apple and Android users. Too Long Didn't Read is about 40 minutes away. I'll join you midday and later this evening with a look at the forecast as we set up for some cold air this weekend. Thanks so much for stopping by the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank. As always, we're so glad you're here. Thanks for being part of this community. Stay warm and stay warm safely, and we'll keep you updated as we go through the rest of the day.